to 7:55 a.m., December 7th, 1941. Imagine you were there that fateful morning. It was a peaceful Sunday morning over 80 years ago in Pearl Harbor and Pinkham Field on the Hawaiian island of Oahu. Our entire naval base has awakened, with most of the fleet peacefully anchored within the confines of the harbor. Experience the roar of the engines and the sounds of the bombs as the Imperial Japanese Navy sends the first wave of 189 fighters and bombers from Japan's first air fleet, led by Japanese Captain Fushida. The unprovoked surprise attack was so complete that the coded success signal, Tora, 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 was sent back to the carrier task force before the first bomb fell. A single remote radar station had spotted the incoming raiders, but mistook them for a flight of B-17s due in from the mainland. The B-17s arrived, and like America herself, find themselves in a war that had not yet been declared. The attack was from the Japanese aircraft carriers Akagi, Akaga, Hiru, Saru, and the two new carriers, the Shokuku and the Suikuku. The raid lasts for a little over 2 gruesome hours. When the first bombs began to fall, pilots all over the island jumped into action. At Wheeler Field, Lieutenant Philip Rasmussen woke to the sound of bombs, jumped out of bed, strapped on a 45 caliber pistol over his purple pajamas, and ran to find a working Curtiss P-36 Hawk. He was joined by 4 more P-36 pilots, Louis Sanders, Harry Brown, Gordon Sterling, and Malcolm Mike Moore. They took off to engage the attacking Japanese and managed to shoot down a few of the Japanese Zeros, Valves, and Kates. The enemy numbers were incredibly overwhelming. Meanwhile, elsewhere on the island, Kenda Taylor and George Welsh were returning from an all-night dinner, dance, and poker party. These great pilots, still in their formal dress clothes, raced a couple P-40 Warhawks, got them fueled and armed, and took off. Quickly, they found themselves in the middle of a real battle. These two pilots caught up with the Japanese close to Pearl Harbor and engaged the Zeros, Valves, and Kates with their 30 caliber machine guns. However, they quickly ran out of ammunition. Luckily, though, they were able to land at Wheeler Field, which is near the center of the island. They refueled and reloaded with 30 and 50 caliber ammunition and took off once again to fight the Japanese. The two pilots were credited with downing a total of 6 Japanese warplanes before their own planes were disabled. Both received a Distinguished Service Cross for their actions that infamous day. 502 U.S. aircraft were on the ground at the beginning of the attack. Sadly, 188 were destroyed, 159 damaged, only 155 were left on the ground in various stages of disrepair. The first wave of 189 Japanese Zeros, Valves, and Kates hammered Hawaii for almost an hour. Then came the second wave of an additional 171 aircraft to continue the strafing and the bombing and dropping of torpedoes for yet another 70 minutes. Yes, that's a total of 360 enemy warplanes. As the attack proceeded at Pearl Harbor and Pinkham Field, the devastation was just awesome. Look out there, can you imagine being there? You see all this chaos happening? At the eastern edge of Ford Island, in the center of the harbor, 9 battleships lay at berth. The California, Oklahoma, West Virginia, Tennessee, Maryland, Nevada, Pennsylvania, Utah, and Arizona. Luckily at the time, our 3 Pacific aircraft carriers were out at sea. The Japanese hit first with the Kate torpedo bombers. The initial wave of Kates hit Oklahoma, the California, the Nevada, West Virginia, and the Utah. These Kates were specially equipped with shallow-running torpedoes, specifically designed for the attack on Pearl Harbor. You see the shallow waters of Pearl Harbor wouldn't allow for the normal use of deep-waring torpedoes. So this leaves no doubt that this was a carefully thought-out plan, not a surprise attack. Then came the Val dive bombers, armed with 1,700 pounds of armor-busting projectiles, made for 16-inch battle fight anything they could get working. Their 45 caliber pistols or Springfield rifles, and in some cases, we were able to get our 30 and 50 caliber belt-fed machine guns into action, bringing down numerous marauding Japanese Zeros, just like what's right in front of you right now. Valves and tanks. Meanwhile, at Dulles Airfield on the northeastern coast of the island, more U.S. Army Air Corps pilots were racing to their P-40s. Unfortunately, Japanese Zeros appeared at the same time and started strafing runs. One P-40 pilot was killed as he stepped into his cockpit. Two other P-40 pilots were shot down just as they got off the ground. The flight of 12 B-17s coming from the mainland finally arrived and were immediately attacked by the Zeros. Unfortunately, in all the confusion, the B-17s were shot out by friends and foes. The prize crews landed wherever they could. One of them in a pineapple field not far from Hickam Field. The B-17 pilot, Major Landon, trying to land, said, "What a hell of a way to enter a war. Out of gas, unarmed, and no place to land." Amazingly though, 8 of the 12 B-17s actually made it to Hickam Field. Alright, so right out here in front of you, you see a Japanese Zero. They're in the pattern. Dropping bombs, shooting their guns. Incoming, here you go. Dropping bombs again. Attack. Tora, Tora, Tora. And there goes our American P-36 Warhawk, or P-36 Warhawk, chasing the Zero. Can you just imagine being there that day? All of these aircraft up in the air, not knowing what's going on, surprise attack. At the conclusion of the surprise Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, more than half of America's entire